Hello, let's try to do this. This is a post done in the evening because I'm thinking I might talk for a while. If I do it in the morning, you know what I'm saying. So I want to start off proper. I got some things on my mind. So let me do the review first, okay? Um, you all will know what I'm talking about by the time this comes on because you're feeling it. But let me do this review. Discus Music out of England, out of the UK, sired and run by musician Martin Archer, has a brand new solo release. Martin Archer, another fantastic individual. Now, I have to tip my hat to Martin, for with his bad self. Okay, this is primarily a solo saxophone, a solo woodwind album, but it also uses percussion and electronics. And is Martin the real deal? Can this guy play? I'll use some old slang. The guys that use this slang, they're all dead. It's the guys my parents' um, generation. But I loved certain words, so they always stick in my head. But this cat can play. Martin Archer is the real deal. I mean, not only does he run this label where he's putting out some very um, individual and unique music, but his music, his playing, his contribution, his voice is real. And he talks about how he does something on this album that he originally did with his band Hornweb with other sax players, but with this album he's able to do all the parts himself. I forget who sent this to me. I don't think it was Martin. I don't know who sent this to me. I got this with a bunch of other records, and at the time, in the bunch of records I got, because music and art is temperamental. Once something clicks with you, it clicks, but many things don't click right away, and some things never do. With the particular batch of records this came with, this didn't click right away with me, But I came back to it, and it was like, oh, okay, you got to spend some time with this and let these guys kind of, brew up. You got to give them some time to see what it is they're all about. And Martin's sax playing, see, that's just what I naturally say because my dad was played all instruments, but he was primarily, through my life, a saxophone player, tenor. He also played everything else, but his woodwind, he has technique, but he doesn't do the technique just because he can. Evan Parker comes to mind. That's a compliment for sure, because this starts off with a blues. Martin Archer is, he's no slouch. He's like, okay, I'm going to present you with an album's worth of primarily me blowing. Do I have something to say? I have to lay it down. And where does everyone lay it down in this world? The blues, Western world. And so that's where we start, with great facility, and then we move right into the good stuff right away. The next piece. I haven't listened to every part of this album deeply. I've listened to it enough to be able to highly recommend it without any fake shit. I love that. Martin, I don't have to, because I'm not gonna. I don't care who sends me their records. I ain't kissing nobody's ass. If your shit ain't any good, I'll find a way to kindly tell you, And I don't have to do that with this. Martin Archer, another fantastic individual. That's hats off to that title of this album. Another fantastic individual. Martin Archer, Discus Records. And all CD, no vinyl. And I understand his aesthetic and I can dig it. And so I say, you know, get this music. That's why you're primarily watching me, is because you want to find out about music to listen to. And I'm my short little bit about Record Store Day, I didn't go into the whole bit about if I had the money, if I were still slaving, or if I happened to have a job I like and I was getting paid well, would I be buying all of these reissues ad infinitum, particularly of the, you know, these big issues, these Pink Floyd Beatles stuff like that, you know, where it's like they give you, it's like they're just scraping the bottom of the barrel and just repeat. We've done this, we've shined it like that. No, to a certain degree, no. There are certain artists, when things come to me, and it's multiples in different formats, that's cool. But the Record Store Day is a naked money grab, as well as keeping the record industry alive. See, I see both sides of it. So, with that in mind, Roger Simonson from Lincoln, who's in the record, the vinyl community, stopped by yesterday because he had some record. He had a record. He wanted to give me this Mogwai. He saw where I had bought a Mogwai album finally, and he wanted to give this Mogwai album to me because he had a double of it with the die cut cover. He was saying how for the longest he couldn't get into this until he finally saw them. And the last time that Mogwai came, I almost went. It was like I thought I probably should go. I almost went, didn't go. I get it. I do like Mogwai, and I can see where if I'd seen them live, I'd really get it. Okay, kind of like explosions in the sky. So he gave this to me, but he also gave he ended up buying a Record Store Day double of this Van Morrison Astral Weeks, and he gave it to me, not knowing my history with Van Morrison, which you're about to. And some people are gonna be mad, and I don't give a fuck. Because I don't rate Van Morrison. He's not for me. I know what he means to a lot of people. I know his history with them and Gloria and all that stuff. You know, that's his approach to soul means nothing to me. Do I recognize Astral Weeks? Yeah. This is some extra cuts. This is an example of scraping the bottom of the barrel from a non-fan's point of view. Don't get too pissed off. If you're a fan, just deal with the fact that there's people like me who don't like, you know what I'm saying? That's all. This is no disrespect to Van Morrison. Fuck. I was just going through some shit today online with some people who can't handle people having a difference of opinion. I was talking about Billie Eilish. She's not for me. I'm an old guy, okay? God forbid I said anything, you know, really got under some people's skin. Fuck that shit. Okay. So, Martin, you got the part that you need earlier, okay? See, you can just edit. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Because you guys that watch me know I'm going to say exactly what the fuck's on my mind. With the F-bombs and everything, because it don't matter now. Like it matters and it don't, okay? This is who I am, all right? With my bad teeth and everything. So I really love the fact that Roger stopped by with the records, gave this to me, and he said, of course, anything I give to you, it's a gift, and you do what you like. And so I will find someone who wants this, and I know a lot of people, you know. This won't go to waste. But he did also give me a 10-inch that I do appreciate, Mono, Japanese post-rock band. I was saying to him, I think I saw Mono. Didn't move mountains for me, but the music works on vinyl. It's like they're real static live, you know what I'm saying? It's like you may as well just be listening to a record. There's like some ups and downs and dips and ships and whatever, you know, and some flips, you know what I'm saying? This is beautiful music. It crawls along. Mono. Memorial dal futuro du fogli una candela il soffio del vento. 2006. Mono. So he gave this to me. I like this. So besides music, just right quick, something happened today. The frickin' Notre Dame Cathedral. That's heavy. That's heavy. I have not been there. I've been to Europe. I didn't make it to France. Would love to have seen it. I saw some of the amazing churches and old cathedrals in Germany and other places, Switzerland. Mind-blowing. There's just something deep about the loss of this ancient monument of architecture, history, culture on multiple levels, centuries. When I heard, before I saw the pictures, and then it just like stabbed me. It was deep, like when I, like 9/11, and shit like that. So the only thing I can pull together about it that I'm willing to say, because I'm feeling some things, and that's like I'm going to wait and see if anybody else says some of the stuff that I'm thinking. This loss really signifies some deep upheaval. Okay, I'll go that far. A moment of silence, because it's like I completely lost where I was going to go. It's okay, this is it. There's something significant about all the negative energy and negative, crazy stuff going on. And I just go ahead and call it myself the end of the Western Empire. I'm not talking about that video movie that was made. I'm talking about what's happening with the total this one world, new world order that is just jacked, and just how so many events are not bringing to fruition a real manifestation of positive energy and growth for humankind. So the loss of the Notre Dame, the cathedral, and the fire, and related to it being reconstructed, and just the fact that it's just basically burning to the ground, apparently. That's it. There's something very significant about this. And this is just what's got to happen. These are some heavy fucking times to be living through. And so thank goodness for music, eh? Thank goodness for art, eh? Thank goodness for love, and thank goodness for whatever it is that makes life good for you. Been getting some housework done, much needed. I've been saving pennies and getting some things done. And today I've been doing some spring cleaning behind it. And my soundtrack of the day, yes, big generator. I've played this today probably 6-7 times all the way through as I was working. I really like this music. It's pop. It's big pop. Starts up with that excellent pop song, Rhythm of Love, and just every song. Side 1 is great. Then side 2. I love Yes. Of course I love the prog shit. I didn't buy this when it first came out. I ended up getting this much after the fact, used, and my copy is beat. But I love this. And this did the trick today. A couple days ago, the song that this finally replaced this. I love it when music, and that's why I do say that I'm nerdy in that way. Music really hits my G spot. And when a song just is doing it for me, I will listen to it over and over for days. I'll play other stuff, but I'll find myself coming back to the song and playing it again. And this is an old one from '91. Steve Jansen from Japan and Yukihiro Takahashi from YMO Yellow Magic Orchestra. They did this single together, Stay Close. And the B-side, Betsuni, I'd like to say. I have the CD single as well. I have a Japanese pressing of this. See, that's the nerdy side of me. Back when I had the money, I bought different. But again, this is not a common, you know, here in Omaha where I live, this is not a common item. So it's like a big deal to me, to pick these up. And fantastic song, So it's not about just naked consumerism. Gotta have, gotta have, gotta have it. It's about the music, you know what I'm saying, and about my reverence and love of it. And I do appreciate that you folks do feel my vibe, that you love my enthusiasm about the music and this collection. It's a godsend. I'm not religious. I use the word spiritual, but organized religion, I'm done with it. But it's a spiritual thing about the universal vibration of music, the experience surrounding it. It's a simple joy, but it really, really still does the trick for me, thank God. And it helps me to keep things in perspective. If I didn't have this collection and then I was homeless on the street, which I have been, could I make the adjustment and find joy there? Yes, because I do understand what's important. I do. But I'm like everybody else. I'm material. I like this shit. I like it. I like the distraction. But I'm trying to deal with the real, which is impermanence, the impermanence, right? The illusion of permanence. Some of y'all know what I'm talking about. Okay. All right. I'll talk to you.